Oh shit. Okay. All right. Okay. Today's episode is about obsession.
Like my nose is crazy, but that's okay.
Long-awaited episode. We watched the
Obsession, yes.
we watched the movie twice already. We watched it close to when it first came out, and then about a week ago, maybe
About a week ago.
maybe 2 weeks ago, with our friends, with like a big group of 10 people, and it was great both times. So we're gonna go into some of the details of the cast, of the budget, all that good stuff. So here we go. All right, Obsession. Release date May 15th, 2026, US. Runtime 108 minutes. Supernatural, psychological horror slash romance thriller. Rated R. Distributor was Focus Features. Production companies include Bloomhouse, Focus Features, Capstone Studios, T Shop Productions, and Under the Shell. All right, so the budget, it's been widely reported between 750K to 1 million, right? So really low. And so the opening weekend they did 17 million, which is crazy. Crazy numbers. Opening weekend worldwide 27 million. As of last night, the current domestic gross is 151,921,395. Current international gross 72,664,000. Current worldwide gross 224 585 395. $585,395, bitch. 224 million.
We can do estimates. You don't have to give the exact amount.
224 million. Okay, anyway, so that's about 225 times the original budget. One of the highest return of investments on a horror film ever. All right. Notable box office facts. I mean, it increased in its second weekend instead of dropping, which is the norm for movies. All movies. So the word
Most yeah.
pretty much all movies, even like Avatar takes dips. They usually expect like a 50% dip, and that's like tight.
Hmm.
Um, so anyway, so this didn't do that. The word of mouth was crazy, probably because it didn't have that much hype in the beginning, so there wasn't large numbers, and it just continued to grow, which is not the case for big features, big productions, like most movies now. So this is like a really influential, like historic movie that dropped, and the numbers show it. So highest grossing film acquired at a festival. Didn't know that, and it outgrossed the combined box office of Sundance U.S. dramatic competition films from 2020 to 2025. So it outperformed the last 5 years of Sundance films or whatever. All right, I'm handing it over to Ryan.
Yeah, I just wanted to give a shout out to a couple of the main people. Obviously, we're all talking about Curry Barker. The AD was Grayson Alamango Shapiro. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. But yeah, I'm an aspiring AD, so I just wanted to give him a shout out. He was actually in the film as the homeless guy that Nikki gives $20 to. Um, so that was really cool to see somebody in there like that. Um,
That's a cool Easter egg.
yeah. Um, Written and screenplay by Curry Barker. Director of photography was Taylor Clemens. Shout out to the production designer and the art director, Vivian Gray and Sally Choi, because that set was fucking awesome, especially for being low budget.
The duct tape on the front door.
The duct tape wall was crazy. Um,
The whole, I mean, gross, but the shit and all that stuff when she was just standing there.
oh yeah,
The
her literal shit and pee and throw up and
someone had to make that.
yeah, that was crazy, crazy good. Her
The
makeup when she's scary and like in the corner being all weird and
what
gross.
was the friend's name that Nikki killed? Sarah.
Sarah, yeah.
Sarah's body when she has her all like seated in the kitchen.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
Um
The dead cat shrine
oh my god.
that Nikki built.
Terrible, terrible, terrible. That was crazy. That was a great shout out. Um
Curry Baker, he wrote, directed, and edited it. That's a really cool thing. That doesn't usually happen. Um, his buddy Cooper in the film is also named, or He's Ian in the film,
Yeah.
and his name is Cooper Tomlinson. And they started their careers together making YouTube skits. And it's really inspiring that they made it this far and that they're still doing the damn thing. And he just came out in
Yellowstone or Dutton Ranch.
Dutton Ranch. Yeah, so he's an aspiring actor
I'll put his Instagram post here.
doing his thing. Exactly. Shout out to them. Would love to have you on the pod. Oh, and Andy Richter, Conan's right hand man. He was Sarah's dad, the owner of the music store.
Mm,
Shout out to him. So just a little bit about the critical reception, which I mean, take it with a grain of salt, but it's still interesting to note, right? So Rotten Tomatoes, 96% score, critic score, 94% audience score.
which is I feel really really good for a horror movie. Most horror movies don't do that well.
hmm Definitely. I mean, it's great reviews for movies for any movie,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Of course.
So, bottom line, the movie did really well. People are talking about it. It's getting people to go to the theaters. It's getting people to get together.
Yeah.
It's like a phenomenon right now. It's
Yeah.
really cool and it's really dope for young filmmakers and young actors and the film industry in general that youth, the youth is getting involved and getting um,
Younger generations in there.
exactly getting their peers involved and other people around their ages and so forth. It's a snowball effect and it's great leading up into this huge summer with the Odyssey coming out and all these, the biggest movie ever.
Oh, we need to get our tickets today. We're trying to get tickets for IMAX 70 millimeter.
Fact. All right, so we laid the background for the film. Now we just kind of want to take a chronological kind of look at the film now that it's been out for a while and just what we liked about it. So, starting with the diner scene in the very beginning. This is all spoilers.
Yes.
So, just be aware.
Yeah. Sorry.
It's your fault if you
Save this review for when you've seen it and come back.
exactly. All right, so bam, it opens with the diner scene and it opens with the main character Bear confessing his love for the other main character Nikki, who's like
His best friend.
his best friend, the main part of this four-member friend group, and his buddy Ian is like having him confess his love to the waitress at the diner as a preliminary like screening to see what he's going to say to Nikki. And it starts off really intense. Starts off really intense with Bear confessing his love and then the switch up. And I thought it was great. Thought immediately like
It's funny.
it's funny,
Yeah.
dope concept. And then do you want to say anything? Anything? And then we move on to uh, Bear going home and finding his cat dead. What was the cat's name?
Um.
Stevenson? Stevie?
I want to say
Samson?
fucking can't remember.
Anyway, finds his cat dead. Boom.
Yeah.
Then he's like all depressed, and then he gets a phone call. Bam. It's Nikki.
Right.
He's like, "Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna go out tonight." She's like, "Oh, I really wanted to see you. Like, I have something to tell you." And the tension is crazy, right? Clearly,
Like, so
he's
just tell me now.
exactly. It's like, I mean, immediately like invoking you to care. Everybody's been in this position where someone they like is on the phone, and then other things are going on in their life or whatever. And then he's like, "Yeah, don't want to go." She's like, "Oh, I have something to tell you." Boom. She's like, "I'm quitting." You find out that they work together. She's putting in her 2 weeks. She's like, "I really wanted to have this night with you, whatever." He's like, "Okay, I'm gonna go to the bar."
Okay. I have things that I want to say about the
Go.
scene. I think that the whole thing was done so well. He gets the conversation from her in his room. He's like laying down or whatever, immediately like sits up on the edge of the bed. So he's like nervous, excited to talk to her. Probably the one person that he would have picked up the phone for as well. Because yeah, he's being sad and whatever. Um, and I think that her conversation or tone of voice over the phone is very telling as well. I think that they're laying down little hints that she does like him because she's being pretty flirtatious, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah,
Yes.
like exactly how you were mimicking her. Like, obviously, it's exaggerated, but like, yeah, I have something to tell you, and like the long dragging on of things, and like maybe that's just her, but that's what I was for sure picking up. And we have the theory that she did really like him, and that's why she confronts him with that question soon.
Hmm.
Um,
And shout out to Nikki, played by Indy Navarrete, and Bear,
yes,
played by Michael Johnston.
yes,
Both popping out onto the scene hard,
yeah.
hard.
Everybody's saying that Indy's gonna win or should be nominated for an Oscar for this performance. I think her performance is fantastic. I don't know about Oscar worthy because we've seen freaking uh what's Leo's movie? That one, the Oscar, The Revenant,
Mm-hmm.
and those level movies, and it was a great performance, but we'll see what happens with the rest of the movies that come out this year.
Is there
Um,
a horror? There's not like best actress in horror for the
no,
Oscars,
I don't
right?
think there is.
It's just best actress
Yeah,
for the Oscars. But there's like the other award shows, they have more categorical things,
yeah, they
right?
right. They just shout out other categories, but yeah, I mean, what was Frankenstein like a drama?
Yeah, but but the actors are just nominated for best actor, best actress, right? Best supporting actress.
Yeah,
So there's not that many awards, but in other award shows. But anyway, we also the Oscars. We haven't shared our opinions, but we have a strong distaste for them
right,
and who we think should win.
right,
Hardly ever wins.
right.
Anyway,
But
so
yeah, that's a good point. Other award shows, whatever. She did a great job, and obviously, we feel that that will be recognized appropriately.
I think she could be nominated. It would make sense. I got no problems with her being nominated
Be really cool.
for anything.
Be really cool.
But anyway, so yeah, definitely mad tension, mad vibes when she's on the phone. Great acting without being able to see her. You feel her.
Right.
And then so we fast forward to the bar. It's a trivia night,
Mm-hmm.
and his buddy Ian is clearly not wanting him to like talk to Nikki, and he's trying to talk to Nikki. He's got this. Oh shit, no. Before the bar, he goes to this like rock store, and he picks up the like very
Oh, right.
key thing to the story. This One Wish Willow.
Duh. Oh yeah. Okay. So on the phone, Nikki drops her crystal necklace down the toilet or whatever the f it
Yes.
is, and so he goes to get her a new one.
Hmm.
Great move. Cool move.
Smart. Yeah. Smart.
They have all the necklaces there at the shop. The crystal shop or the lady that works at the shop was a super funny actress, right? Chewing the gum. She's like on her AirPod on a phone conversation the phone time. Very LA, very hilarious.
Right. She couldn't
She's like,
give more of a fuck,
"Oh my
less of a
god, shut
fuck.
the fuck up."
Hmm.
Right? She says, and he's like, "What?" And she's like, "Not you."
Yeah.
And then just continue showing him the necklaces and walks away. Anyway,
She makes the comment too when he buys the One Wish Willow, which is
right.
supposed to give anyone this one wish, grants him a wish. And she's like, "Well, don't come back like wanting a refund or like upset or something." And then he's like, "Well, do people do that?" And then I think the scene ends, right?
She
Or
no,
she's
it's
like,
like pretty
"Yes."
long where she's like, and he's like, well, why? Like,
Mm-hmm.
because it doesn't work, or because it works and it like ruins their lives? And she's like, I don't think she says anything, or like she says something else ambiguous,
Mm-hmm.
and then she's like, yeah, like it makes them want to kill themselves, like ha ha ha, or whatever, like something crazy, like, and he's like, okay, and then just buys it, right?
Great
Um,
writing for Curry Baker's part.
Yeah, and when he abandoned ship on the crystal necklace and sees the One Wish Willow, that was all shout out to the art team, beautifully done because it's right next to this like voodoo doll and like something else weird. So like clearly it's like some fucked up shit. Like yeah, not to be effed with like a Ouija board or something.
Yeah, some dark
Um,
magic or something.
yeah, exactly. But that's what he goes for, and that's what drives the story. And I wonder if it's a real thing. Like, were these a thing before he was
Mm.
in the movie?
That is a
I
good
don't know.
question. Or did Curry Baker make it all up? Because like you said, Ouija boards exist.
Right.
Dark magic is a thing that people talk about or whatever.
Right.
There's the card people. Anyway,
Mm-hmm.
so we get to the bar,
Tarot.
right? He
Right.
he has like all kinds of opportunities to tell her to do anything. She's like, "I'm gonna go get some shots," and he's like, "Okay, I'll go with you." And then he goes and he pussies out, doesn't tell her, right? And then
Right. Well, he doesn't necessarily chicken out, but Ian comes when he's finally gets his moment and then like cock blocks him.
but he has his moment. I mean, this is like the beginning of Bear's like
We see that he's
hesitancy
exactly.
to express his emotions to Nikki, and
Yeah, totally.
the this isn't like the beginning, but you're definitely starting to see Ian as like trying to intervene. But at this point, I just thought that Ian was trying to maintain the friend group because at the diner he says like, "Dude, I love trivia night every day, every Wednesday. I wake up hard as a rock, ready to go do trivia and like be with the friends and all that." So I was buying into that. I thought that he was just a homie, and it didn't seem like Bear was really gonna like win Nikki over at this point. So I thought that Ian was being innocent, so to speak.
I also thought it was valid from the get go, from the very first diner scene. He says you can't tell her at trivia because it'll make things awkward, which
Mm-hmm.
is so valid.
Makes sense.
So valid. Any friend group where that shit happens, it's like, dude, do that on your time. Like any other time. He says that. Like, well, what else am I going to tell her? He's like,
Mm-hmm.
any other time, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Like, just not at trivia. It's just a bad choice. So I agree.
Right.
And he did kind of have a opportunity at the bar, which would have been fine
Mm-hmm.
if he had to tell her, which seemingly he does. But it's so irritating because it's like, seriously, dude, like you have to tell her so bad, but you get four or like so many straight up opportunities after this happens where she straight up asks him.
And so, but even before,
Denied.
so so just before that, at the bar too, they're building the vibes with Nikki and Bear. She's being very sweet with him. You know, she's asking about him. She's like, she tried to pay, and then he offers to pay, and she's like, "Oh, okay." And like, it's just kind of cute, and just you could tell that they're familiar and that she's like comfortable with him. So there's all these different emotions that are already happening, like within the first like 15 minutes of the movie, 10 minutes of the movie. You go from this diner scene to dead cat to phone call to bar, and you're introduced to also Sarah, this like the other female friend in the group, and so there's just a lot of stuff going on, and you're just already in this world, and it's just a beautiful thing because we've been watching a lot of shit lately where it's not like that, and the writing sucks so much that it takes you out of it, and and yeah, so it's
Yeah.
just a really good build up, right? And so we leave the bar. They're leaving. It's fun time, whatever. He ends up not talking to Nikki like that. Um, Nikki expresses that she wants to go home. Ian is like, no, like we got to go out to this other bar or whatever, and she's being very much like, nah, I don't want to. Like I'm tired, and I thought that that was really cool the way that Baker wrote that because she seemed like a regular girl. She seemed like a normal person, right? Not like what happens later, what she turns into, but she's just being, I think, like a regular person. She had her fun, and now she wants to go home. She's tired. Very normal thing to do.
Right.
She
Anyway,
gives the
so
money to the homeless person,
yep, shout out
whatever.
AD.
Shout out AD.
And
Boom.
then
We're in the car. Go.
what's his face is like, I'll take you home, Nikki. Then we're off. And then shit gets real. So they start talking about whatever, whatever. Do you like anybody or whatever? Nobody knows when I have a crush on somebody or whatever. I guess that's more towards the end. But she, during this car conversation, asks if he has feelings for Sarah, which is like kind of a plot twist.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And he's like, no. But this conversation is so like and everything is going on. Anything this is his opportunity to tell her. We're talking about crushes. We're talking about everything. The tension is high.
And just before that, she's talking about why she's leaving their job together. They work at a music store. And he's like trying to advocate for her to stay and like whatever. And then the conversation kind of goes nowhere. But she's like, you're the only one I can talk to about these things, Bear. And he's like, you too. Right. So they clearly have this
Right.
like
Because she's like pursuing something creative or
she wants to write a book,
right, right,
and so she says that she's not able to write at the music store and
right.
whatever, blah blah blah. But they have this like connection, and she definitely hits him with that hitter right there.
Totally.
I can never talk to anyone but you about this, Bear. And then so boom.
Yeah, so it just has this flirtatious vibe the whole time. And I think that even though she does bring up the crush on Sarah, I think that's like a
A diversion.
not a diversion, but like almost testing the waters. Like, I think she still put out all the things of like her having a crush on him. And this is another test for him to say, no, I don't have a crush on Sarah. I have a crush on you. Or like,
Mm-hmm.
so I think that it is a plot twist and it does make everybody like, wait, what? But I think that she's trying to throw things off and not be obvious about her crush. And um, yeah, so I think that she definitely does like him. And he F's it all up because he's not able to tell her. And then she leaves and boom, he gets the one wish willow that he was going to give her, which for whatever reason he decides not to give her in the car.
Well, she very clearly is like, "Yo, Bear, do you like me?" Before that, she's like, "Nobody knows when I have a crush on them," and then she gets out and she leaves, and then so Bear calls her back, and then he's like, remember that time in like science
Right.
class?" And she's like, "Yep, I do. Teacher liked me. Okay, bye," and shuts him down. Like
He
I was
says
saying,
Freaky Nikki or something, and
so,
she,
so
why
right,
would you call me that?
right. And so but like I was saying, she's a regular girl, right?
Yeah.
Like she liked him, she threw out all those vibes, and then she's like, "Okay, I'm tired, going home." Right?
Yeah.
Happens all the time. Fuck, lost my opportunity. He could have tried again. He could have called her back, which he did. He calls her back, and then he calls her Freaky Nikki, which he knows that she doesn't like. And then she gets kind of pissed at him,
Right.
right? And then she leaves. And then he's like, fuck, I fucked that up. And then he breaks the one wish willow hella aggressively. He was like, I wish Nikki loved me more than anyone else in the fucking world. Blah.
Yeah.
Do you want to take it from there? Or do you want me to?
No, you can talk a little bit.
And then she's walking up the door, right? Walking up the steps to the door. Nobody else in the fucking world but me. Blah.
I
Breaks the one wish willow.
I will say this is like one of my favorite shots when they pan back up to the house and she's just it's the silhouette of her standing there with the bag over her shoulder.
Frozen.
Just her hips are just kind of to the side, but yeah, just staring at him. And it's such a dope shot and you can tell you don't know what is happening. Like it's not a natural thing. Like she's just staring at him and her whole course of action has been changed and she's not doing anything yet, but it's like processing and it's fucking trippy, like
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
off-putting.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Great
she like
assessment processing. It's like loading.
yeah, and then she like jogs back up to the car, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um And then I forget what exactly she does, but it starts freaking Bear out. And he's like, Nikki, like, you're literally scaring me. Like, uh,
So immediately everything is different, right? Instead of just opening the door and going inside like
oh, I think she comes
regular.
back. She's like, wait, like, do you want to come inside?
Mm-hmm.
And then, oh, I pressed something on the mic. Shit, it's blinking. Is yours blinking?
No,
Fuck. You think it's fine?
I don't know.
Okay, well, let
I
me just use yours.
feel like it also paused, maybe. Okay, no. Okay, it's good. Is
Okay,
it
use
still
yours.
blinking?
Yeah.
Okay. What? Okay, you want to go?
Yeah. I just want to finish my thought. Um, I didn't even remember what I was saying. Forget it.
So everything immediately different. Frozen. She comes back to the car. She's like, "Wait, can you come inside?" And you totally had the right voice inflection. Her voice different. Like I said before, she was like, "Yep, science teacher like me. Why did you call me Freaky Nikki?" Like deeper, more regular. Immediately, do you want to come inside or
Yeah.
whatever? Did you
Um,
get it?
I got it. Yeah, I fixed it. I just turned it off and turned
and,
it back.
and then so immediately different, right? Tone different, body language different. Bear is immediately freaked out. He knows that he broke the one wish willow, and this is the immediate start of like his guilt, denial, like
Denial, denial, denial.
right, denial. Uh, she liked him. She gave him the opportunity to confess. He knows that. He knows that he pussied out, and that's why he broke the one wish willow. So
Right.
this is also the beginning of like his sinisterness, like the beginning of I think his evilness. Um, so anyway, so she's like, "Yo, come in, come in." He's like, "No, it's good. Like you should go up there." She's like, "Wait, my cat died," and he's like, "What?"
Yeah, he's like, yeah, like, come in because my cat died and, like, I don't want to be alone.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, your cat died. And she's like,
Mm-hmm.
right, I'm sorry, like, your cat. I'm so sorry. Like, I'm so sorry. And she just keeps apologizing, which is so weird because she like
Woo!
hasn't apologized up until this point ever or whatever.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Always
and
been sure
she's
of
just
herself.
confused. Like, and he's like, "Are you okay, Nikki?" Like, and she's like, "No." Like, um,
Credit to Indy Navarette because
God,
she did everything so well and
yeah,
never made anything corny. Everything was so creepy and believable. Or like,
yeah,
she sold it for sure.
yeah. She sells it because it's not believable, but you can tell something's up. So she's just
Hmm.
acting very, very well, acting her ass off.
Right. And
Um,
having that subtlety as well, because it's so easy to be over the top and it's hard to act,
yeah,
and hard to do it so well and to captivate audiences and like control theaters. And in the theater, she was tripping people out. People were freaking out. People were yelling out shit. Oh, no.
yeah,
Oh, fuck. People were reacting. And it's very cool to see. Like, people were laughing too. Like, eventually she started getting so scary. People were like, oh my God. You know, people don't know what to do with themselves. And she's making people feel that strongly. So
yeah,
credit to her, man. She acted her ass off.
yeah,
So anyway, she gets in the car, and then he's like, "Yeah, my cat died." She's like, "Oh my God, so sorry." Gets in the car eventually. She goes around to the driver's side, and then he's like, and then she's like, "Oh my God, what am I doing?" And seemingly kind of like snaps back a little bit, and then she goes around to the passenger side, gets in, and she's like, "I'm acting weird, aren't I?" And she's like, "I must be drunk." And then so you're going back and forth. You're like, "Whoa, like." Was she just tripping out? Like, did she just get faded like instantly? No, the one wish Willow. Like, you're having all these thoughts and emotions, and then she starts fake crying. She claims that her dad has cancer, and that's basically how she gets Bear to take her home
to his home.
to his apartment or house or whatever
Yeah.
that he says that he got from his grandma. And then so she's like, okay. She gets into bed and she's like, "Can you sleep with me?" and
Yeah,
and Bear is like, are you sure?" Like, he's so nervous, so scared, right?
yeah.
He climbs into bed, she takes her shirt off, he's tripping out. um and then do they just like fall asleep, and then he wakes up
Um,
and she starts tripping out, or
no, some weird stuff happens because he ends up sleeping on the floor.
oh yeah, she's like hella cuddling, and then she like jumps out of bed and starts screaming, and like this is like the first big
Is
jump
that
scare,
is that
right?
what it is? Yeah.
Yeah, she like hella freaks out of nowhere, and he's like, "What, Nikki? Like, what?"
No, they're like sitting up. They're
No,
like talking, aren't they?
it doesn't matter, but
Yeah,
they're in
whatever.
bed.
That
They're in
happens.
bed, and out of nowhere, she freaks out, and he's like, "I thought I did something wrong, or
She's like, no,
whatever."
like it was a panic attack, or
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
It beautifully done by Indy as well, right?
yeah,
To just go 0 to 100, back to zero, back to also weird Nikki too, because she shows glimpses of reality and like pure horror and terror, which is seemingly the real Nikki, like coming back or fighting back or
yeah.
whatever, like however your imagination wants to go with it. But there's some battle going on between the One Wish Willow Nikki and regular real life Nikki, whatever she was. And so he's like, "All right, I'm gonna sleep on the floor then."
I think they're kissing. I think they start to kiss, and then she like freaks out,
Oh,
and
you're right.
then right, yeah,
You're right.
which is pretty relevant, or
You're right. Yeah, they start to
whatever.
kiss. But anyway, yeah. So she freaks out.
Um, yeah, he sleeps on the floor. They go to work the next day, and he's telling Ian all about this now.
Hmm.
And then she's just like staring at them the whole time they're having this conversation from the
Hmm.
cash register.
Great
Super
tension
creepy.
building.
Yeah, great choice on everybody's end, actor, director, whoever.
And
Um
the whole time, so first of all,